and all of a sudden we pushed higher and higher and higher into the 6250, which is our trend resistance area. Yeah, come on, yeah. Oh guys, welcome to the Trading Success Show. This is your boy Francis. Guys, you're welcome to the weekend popular chart demand. Fantastic, guys. This is your boy Francis, and you are welcome to the Trading Success Show. Without further ado, we're gonna go into the different stocks I will be watching come this coming week. And these stocks, they're going to be one of them large cap stocks. Okay, so now let's get into the nitty-gritty of the market. What I'm expecting SPY, which is the Spider S&P 500 ETF, to do. With that being said, guys, I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys, my subscribers, and also that like button that you guys keep pressing. So I want to say thank you for being here. If you have any questions, concern, comment, if you want to talk to me, if you want to email me, you can always email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. We can analyze those stocks, we can talk about it, we can figure out where we're gonna go from here, up or down. What are your risk criteria? Trading involves risk, and with that being said, you have to understand where your risk really lies in trading. Trading is, a fundamental vehicle that you can use to create wealth. You can use it to create wealth in a long-term dividend portfolio or what have you. You can day trade, you can work and trade, whichever you want to do. You can as well invest. The reason why I said this is because, guess what? If assuming people who are long the market, say for example they are long the market around this area of 395, and this pullback happened, they got scared, right? But one thing you have to understand is the market will keep pushing higher and higher and higher. All you have to understand is look for a trend, know how the market is trading. Now I can say, let me get in this trade right here, right? And all of a sudden market pull back down here, and guess what? Guess what happened? Right here, market pulled through, couldn't hold it, fell back, and then reclaim it again and start pushing higher. So I'm expecting the market to keep holding the 50 moving average, exponential moving average. So all of a sudden, guess what? We push, market pull back to test 50, push, back to test 50, push, back to test 50. What are you expecting next? You want the market to pull back to test 50. And if 50 doesn't hold, guess what? Then we're in the correction phase, and maybe it's the market start pulling back down. And guess where we're gonna go next? We're gonna go to the 100 moving average. If we can't hold the 100, 150, we can't hold the 150, we'll go to the 200, which is this green one right here. But overall, know your risk management, know your tolerance, and then make that 10 days, guys. All right. With that being said, this is the SPY, and what I'm expecting price to do is to, get into this trend right here. This is our trend. Every time we hit this trend, we pull back, hit this trend, we pull back. I'm expecting the market to hit this trend and then, pull back. But overall, keep an eye on it. If we continue to gain momentum, continue to gain volume in the market, to keep pushing and pushing and pushing higher. 62% RSI, which is your relative strength index, is not bad. So we could go up from there, or we could pull lower from there. You never know, we never know, but you have to trade what you see in the market. So right now, we are not far, we're not off extended from the 20 exponential moving average. So I'm expecting the 450 area, for price to visit the 450 area or even close to the 450 area. Then we can negotiate from there and see how things will really work out. But overall, keep an eye on the 445 450 area on the market. If we cannot get to this trend, then we'll pull back down to the 20 exponential moving average. Fantastic. let's get to what we came here for. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with AMC, guys. Okay. AMC, I know a lot of people hate this stock. A lot of people love this stock. Even the hedge funds, they love this stock to short the hell out of this stock. But guess what? You never go broke taking profit. Why did I say that? I traded AMC. I traded it. I started trading it, and I even got into the $9 call options, right? And what happened was I was able to sell, okay, the $9 puts. Okay, when I sold the $9 puts, what happened was when the stock pulled below $9, I got, you know, assigned of my $9 puts and my $10 puts, and guess what? I was assigned. So because I was assigned, there's nothing I can do, right? So I bought you know, I got like 100 shares, 200 shares, or 300 shares, and all of a sudden I had substantial amount of shares from, you know, the AMC. So as we continue to pull higher, I was selling as we get to resistance level. So because this was the highs, pretty much, I then used what we call the Fibonacci level. So that Fibonacci level gave me different area for me to take my profit. So I was able to take profit on all different zone and took profit around the 70-ish level. You know, price wasn't holding too much. We pulled back down and we weren't going, you know, past this trend. So I took, you know, some of my position off this level. Because we broke this level, I took out of all my position on AMC, and then just switch position to puts, and I started, you know, making money on the way down. Tried another call, make some few money, added back to the puts, and then ride it all the way down. I'm still holding some few puts on it, and you know, if this area holds, then we'll continue to bounce. But guess what? AMC has earnings report on Monday after the market closed. So a lot of say hedge funds, they're gonna be looking at this really, you know, they'll pretty much be, you know, looking at it closely just to see what happened on AMC. If AMC do good, okay, if AMC do good, I'm expecting price to push into the 45.50 level, and then, you know, we can pull back. But if AMC does really crazy, does bad stuff with their earnings report, I'm expecting price to pull lower into the $20 spot, or even the $15, $16 spot on AMC. So AMC, keep an eye on AMC. With that being said on AMC, let's talk about GME. GME is pretty much, that's what's going to happen on GME. If AMC does well, expect GME to push into the $200, $190, $200 level, okay? And if AMC does bad, I'm expecting this GME to push lower into the 124, 123 area, you know, so keep an eye on GME as well. Apple, I love Apple. Okay, not the fruits, but the stock. So right now, what I'm expecting Apple to do is to pull into this, you know, $45 spot. $45 is going to be our level of support. If this area doesn't hold, then we'll pull back down to this 124, 122.50. Okay, but if Apple really gain momentum, as we have some volume coming in, which is also a sell volume, but it's greater than the one before. We have 57 on RSI. So if, you know, price really reclaim the 147.50, I think we'll continue to push into the 150 just to try the third time and see if we can break that level. AMD, I talked about AMD so many times on my stock tweet and on my Twitter account. Reason is because the stock is really extended, guys, and being the fact that this stock is extended, I don't know what else to do than to short the stock, right? So what happened, I took two positions. One of them you know, didn't work out. I sold it even before it got to zero, before I lose everything, right? So what happened was price actually was pushing and pushing. Volume was coming in, and I said to myself, hey, you know, we're really extended. Look at how far we've come. Almost 90% of relative, you know, strength index. And with that being said, I'm expecting a pullback on AMD. The reason why I made it confident and I felt the conviction on getting inputs was because when we got extended here on AMD, guess what? We pulled back because we're extended right from the 20, you know, exponential moving average. Okay, so now we're really extended way far from the 20 exponential moving average. And guess what I'm expecting? I'm expecting AMD to pull back. Okay, so I think around this 115, I decided to pick some put position. I picked the 109 and I picked the 110 put option because I want to capitalize on my gains. And I look at the option chain. You know, the market maker before Friday has, you know, 115, 110, and 105 levels. And with that being said, the market maker will try as much as they can to make this stock close right below 110. And of course, it didn't happen. But however, you know, we did close below the 115 instead of the 120. Because if I close above 120, this will continue to push higher. So I took my put position and then, you know, made some tendies around this area. So I'm expecting price, if price fail 110, I think the next level on AMD is going to be 105. Guys, fantastic. BA, keep an eye on BA as we are actually, you know, working our way off this 50 exponential moving average. Exponential moving average because we already bounce off the 200, bounce off the 20. Now we're working on our 50, you know, exponential moving average. So I'm expecting price in no time to reclaim the 235 area, and then we continue to push higher. If the market news comes out and something really crazy going on, expect Boeing to really pull back into the 20, which is the 228 area on this stock. CLOV, this one has been a fantastic one. Reason why I said it's been a fantastic one is because it hasn't pulled lower or even popped higher. So right now I'm looking at the 850 area. Okay, if we can break the 850 area, I think we'll push towards $10 on, you know, clove. If we fail this $8 spot, you know, we'll be looking at 750, which is this, you know, area right here. Okay, but this for me is a long-term hold clove. Now let's get to CPOP. This one, keep an eye on this one. This is a long-term hold for me as price is back down to the IPO level on CPOP. CrowdStrike. With all the cybersecurity stuff going on, keep an eye on this one. The reason is because right now we've tested this trend the third time. We rejected, price pull lower. No, okay. So if this 260 area doesn't hold, expect price to push lower to the 250, 252 area on, you know, CrowdStrike. But you know, I'm expecting this to really push higher because, you know, we have 54. I want you to keep an eye on the volume. As volume comes in, I think we're going to shoot through this area into the $300 spot. This is for long term. I'm expecting $300. If the market continue to do good, I'll be, you know, taking profit on the way up. ENVB. Keep an eye on ENVB. Reason is because we got so much stuff coming in. They reported their earnings the other day, and you know, I'm expecting price to really bounce off this level because this area has actually acted as a solid support. So keep an eye on this one. I'm sorry for this small stock because I just wanted to talk about it because it is important as well. Okay, FUBO. This is a long-term stock and a long-term hold for me. I'm expecting price to push off this area into the 28.29, which is, you know, our strong level, right? And not only is a moving average level, this 28 level is also our resistance spot. So keep an eye on this $28 spot. If we break this $28, I'll be looking at, you know, $30, $35 on FUBO. Oh, beauty, beauty, beauty. HOOD. This is the hood. What is popping in the hood, baby? Well, for this one, keep an eye on this one, because we have a whole lot of people, they move from AMC into the hood, right? So, and all these guys on CNBC, they've been talking about, you know, buying hood and also holding it. Yes, I know order flow and all those crazy stuff going on, you know, but one thing you have to understand is Robinhood has a lot of accounts out there. Most people who's pretty much people who are new to trading are using Robinhood. So pretty much, you know, Robinhood is changing the game. The only thing why they didn't like Robinhood back then was because Robinhood was, you know, shutting people down from buying or from selling stock back then, when AMC, BlackBerry, BBBY, and, you know, GME was pushing. So that, you know, people started hating, you know, Robinhood. But overall, you know, I also want this to really, you know, do good, because I'm not against any company whatsoever. But I'll be looking at levels to see if I can buy some puts or some calls. So below this area is puts, and above this area is calls for me. So right now, as I'm talking, I have the $50 and $55 call option, which will expire in September. So I'll be looking at capitalizing my gains as time goes on. So on Monday, I will assess it and see if I can, you know, pick up some $45 puts option just to hedge my $50 and $55 call option on the name. This one, I talked about this one a couple of weeks, two weeks ago, and last week. And also, I'm talking about it right now. When I called this out, this was trading around the $50 spot. Okay, I called it when it was trading around the $50 spot, and all of a sudden we pushed higher and higher and higher into the $62.50, which is our trend resistance area, which, you know, relatively close to that $63 spot, and then we pull back down. Now we pull back lower on, you know, down this our uptrend. So I want you to keep an eye on it. If we reclaim it, then we'll continue to push higher into, you know, our $65. Right now we have this resistance right now as our level, so we close right below it. So keep an eye on it. If we can consolidate around this area, volume comes in and we should be good. Don't forget, volume is increasing on this name. Next one is going to be Moderna. Moderna has been a wonderful stock. The reason is because Moderna has been pushing higher and higher and higher. So right now we're working around this area. I'm expecting this area to hold. If this area doesn't hold, which is the within this 450, 425, if we cannot reclaim that area, I'll be expecting price to push back into this channel, and then, 325. Keep an eye on this level. If we can hold this level, then we'll continue to push higher. But guess what? We are really extended. I'll be looking for, the 375, 350 put options if, I see how the stock really trades. But overall, we're really extended, and I'm looking for a pullback on Moderna. NIO, this is a long-term hold. This is not Tesla, but this is a Chinese stock, and this is one of the dominant EV play, in China. So for me, I'll be looking for, entry, and keep adding on this thing until I see some form of a price action like that of Tesla on this name. So these are pretty much the levels I'll be looking for come this week. Okay, if we can reclaim the $45 spot, then we'll push into the $47.50, and then, who knows, we could see the $55 spot, right? Nvidia Nvidia actually just did a reverse split, which I talked a couple of weeks ago, and what I was expecting Nvidia to do, Nvidia did what I wanted Nvidia to do, because after the reverse split, Nvidia pulled back down. That is your signal, that is your entry level. The reason is because, you know, I know, yes, we know stock can, you know, keep going lower to zero, but that's fine. But Nvidia is different from, you know, penny stock or from low float stock. So Nvidia pulled back down, got some few, you know, into my, you know, portfolio, long-term portfolio, and then I'm riding it all the way up. So right now, what I'm expecting Nvidia to do is to really pull back into this breakout level, you know, retest it, and then start pushing higher. That is what I'm expecting Nvidia to do. But overall, we need more volume to come in into Nvidia. PATH, this is Cathy Wood's trade. Okay, Cathy Wood has been buying this thing like no tomorrow, every single day. Okay, so right now we are actually, you know, pulling back to retest this breakout spot. This was a breakout which created the gap. Now we're filling that gap. So what I'll be expecting price to do is just, you know, to bounce right off this level into the 67.78 on a favorable market condition. Palantir is a long-term hold for me. I want to keep holding this one in my portfolio. The reason is because if you want to get in this trade and you don't want to hold it for a long term, just keep an eye on this level, because this is going to be our support, $21. So you get in right now, your stop loss is 21 in anticipation of a push into the $24 spot. But for me, this is a long term. Every pullback for me into support is a buying opportunity for a long term. This is 5 years, 10 years kind of hold. ROKT is also the same thing. You know, we are really consolidating. It's been about a month now. We're just consolidating around this area. You know, so the bigger the consolidation, the bigger the move. The larger the consolidation, the larger the move. That is Cathy Wood. You know, so keep an eye on it as we bounce right off this area or bounce toward, you know, pull back into this, you know, support. So keep an eye on rocket companies as well. Sophie, this is a long-term play. You know, they are into so many great things. You know, so keep an eye on this one as we break right off this area into the $17-18 spot. Your immediate resistance is around this $17.50, $18 spot. You know, for me, it's a long-term hold. I will continue to hold this one as soon as we you know, my price target on this one is like, you know, $30, $50 on this name for a long term, like 5-10 years. Roku, keep an eye on Roku. Reason is because we are really extended to the lows. Okay, we are really extended. So look at how we got this M. Most times when you look at M, it means, you know, reversal pattern. You look at W, that is, you know, a bullish breakout form of a deal. This one right here, we break down. So that is what is happening right now. This channel, pretty much, we just broke this channel, pulled back down into the support, because this area is now our support. Okay, so right now we just bounce right off, try again, we couldn't push through, right? So what I want this thing to do is now for price to hold between this 400 and 380 spot. That is what I want price to do on Roku if we don't pull lower into our 200 moving average. But overall, keep an eye on Roku. TLIS, keep an eye on this one because we've had a fantastic, you know, consolidation. So okay, so this area is our range right now. So we are just bouncing right off this area every single time. So guess what? We're back to the low. So I'm expecting some form of a bounce on this name. So keep an eye on this one. This is more like a long-term play. Okay. Wish. I like Wish. Okay. I wish this can really, you know, bounce right off this area at this point in time. But overall, you know, the $15 area is our ultimate resistance. I'm looking for price to really, you know, keep climbing. Okay, right now we're touching this area. We did here, also the same thing here. So I'm expecting, you know, it to just keep going. You know, let me use this one. I'm expecting it to just keep going like that, like that, like that, like that, and just keep going through, so that we can form this area and then push all the way. So keep an eye on Wish. Wish is 5-10 years kind of hold for me as well. Zoom. Zoom video communication, keep an eye on this one. As price rejected this area, we now made what we call a double top. What is a double top? Double top indicates a reversal in a chart pattern. So this is the first side and this is the second one. So we made a double top and then we pull lower. So I'm expecting price to pull down to this trend, because you see how we tap this trend. So I'm expecting price to pull to this area if, you know, no good news comes out. So we can pull lower to this area and then bounce right off again. So keep an eye on Zoom. Final one on the list is Tesla. Oh boy. Tesla was a good one. Okay, though I lost some money on Tesla, I made it back in the other side and blah blah blah. But the thing is, I've been watching this area for Tesla to break, and Tesla did break this area into this spot, which is our resistance spot, 720. Okay, I was expecting 750, which is this spot right here, but price didn't get to this spot. Okay, and price just rejected this 720. So now price closed lower than what I was expecting, which is the $700 spot. I did say on my stock tweet that the market maker will be looking to close Tesla below $700, and they did, because so many people who has, you know, their position, some of them expire worthless as well. So in the option side is different from those holding the stock. What I'm expecting Tesla to do right now is Tesla to pull back to this breakout, retest this area, and then continue pushing higher. That to me is a healthy move. Right now we're pulling back and expect price to either hold this area. If we don't hold the $700 spot, then we'll pull back down to, you know, the 675. That is the area we can, you know, literally bounce right off and continue pushing higher if Tesla really wants to go. Guys, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for being here, and I hope we all make these 10 days, and I hope we all make our trades. I love you guys, and I'm really appreciate you all being here. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and click on the like button. Email me, you know, if you have any questions. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Stock Tweet, and we'll all make this money together. We'll all invest together, and we'll all have that long-term account together. Remember, these are the weekend popular chart demand. It's not a recommendation to buy or to sell. Peace and love, guys. Bye-bye.